To our next speaker, Mr. Rhett Lawback.
Yeah. Welcome, guys. Love the shirts, huh? Nice. You guys decided to go with blue, gold? Yeah. Did you guys see the quote on the back? Hello. That guy's here somewhere. You can get his autograph. Everybody turn around and just scream at the camera on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Some of you scream telepathically, right? You're like, did you catch that? We do like freshman stacking later, or duct tape people to the wall, and it's gonna be yeah, exactly. High five, yeah. She has a look on her face like, seriously? I did not sign up for this. This is what I believe about leadership training. You shouldn't just sit down and talk about it, right? You got to do leadership. You got to practice it. You got to feel what it feels like. Leadership is a physical sport. Leadership is a sport just like, let's say, that tennis, okay? Which I don't play tennis. She used to play tennis in college. Because we played baseball growing up. Any baseball fans, baseball players can spell baseball. Raise your hand if you're in any of those categories. Try not to leave anybody out. He's thinking about it. You're running through this option. Okay. I have eyes, 2 of them. All right, they're in the front. So I will be able to. So anyway, so we want to. So like I played baseball growing up, but then we didn't play baseball when I was in college. So I played tennis with my brother and my only friend that I had. In college. And just like tennis, you can't read a book about tennis and then jump up and be like, woohoo! I'm like whoever someone famous from tennis is, right? Like, yeah, I'm like Roger Federer, right? All of a sudden, right? You have to practice it. You have to teach your muscles how to do it. Leadership is the exact same way, okay? You have to be able to, you have to do it, you have to practice it to know how it feels so that you'll know how to do it when the time comes, when your Federer time comes, right? I say capiche, you say capoche. Capiche? Capoche. Okay, beautiful. The challenge for really positive leaders is, can you communicate for a really good purpose? Can you communicate on purpose? So we're going to be communicating on purpose this morning. What I'd like you to do is to start with anyone in your circle. You're going to go around to the right. Everyone just go around and share something that you think the people in the circle don't know about. Everybody turn and scream at the camera. Go! James, any guy that has 2 first names, I love that right here. It's on your name tag. Yeah, here we go. Pop it. Yeah, see that? See, that's an 8th grade pop, right? It's like, here, touch me. Here you go. Seriously, make a fist. You can make a fist, right? There you go. Pop it, lock it, drop it, pocket. Yes. And one of the reasons why we have this association is to grow the breed, right? One of the reasons why we have this conference is to grow you, so that you can be a more powerful leader in the positive vein than those leaders are in the negative. Does that make sense to you? Say, uh-huh. First thing, matter of fact, the thing that we're going to work on today in terms of leadership is, how do you feel about the person standing where you're standing? How are you with you? Okay? There's 2 sides to the leadership story. One is called the self, and the other is called the social. Which is to say that any really good leader, if Zach, my man right here, okay, the sophomore in college, if Zach is going to be good at being a leader, he first has to be good at being Zach. He has to know what Zach's all about. He has to understand his strengths and weaknesses. He has to know where he's going, why he's going there, and how he's going to get there. Okay? Every great leader understands who they are. And for a lot of the people in the room, I think it's important to understand that there may be some things about you that you don't like. There may be some things about you that you wish you could change. And that's called adolescence. That's called growing up. That's called figuring out what life's all about.
Hey, I'm Ashley. I'm from Louisiana, and whenever I think of leadership, I think of importance.
I'm Emily Haywood from Wilmington, Ohio. When I think of leadership, I think of values.
I'm Trevor Thompson from Pilot Point, Texas, and when I think of leadership, I think of confidence.
I'm Cody Coulter from Naples, Texas, and when I think of leadership, I think of service. I'm Claire Jones from Louisiana, and when I think of leadership, I think of honesty.
Claire Robinson from Dayton, Texas. When I think of leadership, I think of pressure.
My name is Amber Barrow, and I'm from Kiowa, Oklahoma. When I think of leadership, the word that comes to mind is courage.
Anna McDaniel, Alpharetta, Georgia. Encouragement. I'm Tana Townsend from Louise, Texas, and when I think of leadership, dedication.
I'm Will Grant from Pendleton, Indiana, and I thought of strength.
Anna Montaño, Las Vegas, Mexico. Encouragement. Jordan Simon from Texas, and when I think of leadership, I think of integrity.
Zach Meredith from Hodgeville, Kentucky. When I think of leadership, I think of respect.
One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. Problems and challenges is a condition of life. It's not a condition of failure. It doesn't mean that there's failure going on whenever there's some type of challenge or problem. It just means that that's life. Right? And as great student leaders, we want you to be able to do life really good. Try new tactics. Try new tactics. Try new approaches. Second thing that we're going to write down, please, in our 3 strategies, which is to look for the simplest solution. Look for the simplest solution. Time management is a great example. Identifying the real problem. That's number 3 in this list over here. Identifying the real problem. About why do we have conferences like this? Is this a waste of money? Is this just a fun, field trip? What is the real purpose for having something like this? And when we talk about risking back at home or risking at something like this, I'm reminded of John Maxwell's words. And if you've never read any John Maxwell, get some. Eat it up. He's a former pastor, full-time leadership trainer. He's got thousands of books out. And John says there's 3 things we have to have in our life to have real growth as a leader. Okay? So in the monkey in the corner game, to have any type of fun, you had to switch places, right? That's when the fun is. You had to have that risk. So John is saying for you to have fun as a leader and to grow as a leader, you have to have 3 things in your life. Number 1 is you have to have the right people, right? You have to have the right people. We know that. That's a part of social leadership. That's a part of life. Your life is what it is because of the people around you. The second thing is John says that you have to have the right inputs. You have to listen to the right words. You have to listen to the right music. You have to listen to the right television shows and movies. Right? Garbage in, garbage out. That whole concept. So you have to get the right input. Okay? And then the third thing that he said, and this is so critical, is that you have to go to conferences. You have to go to places where people get together to talk about better ways to do things. That's why we have student leadership conferences all the time.
I'm just going to the server.
Oh my God! Don't let go! Look to the camera and say hello. Hello. Say that was the leadership anaconda.
That was the leadership anaconda.
And it hurt a little bit. These are just 3 examples of what we call your digital footprint, right? Your impression that you're leaving out there in the world. And these are a great example of the leadership anaconda in practice. I just wrote 3 up there: Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter. Who's on Facebook? Raise your hand. Okay. Who is on MySpace? Raise your hand. Who's on MySpace and Facebook? Okay. Who's on neither MySpace or Facebook? Okay. Who's on Twitter? Anybody on Twitter? Okay. All right. Who has no idea what a Twitter is? Okay. All right. That's fine. We don't have time to go into a Twitter tutorial. The ask is, do you keep your digital stuff clean, or do you keep you clean? Right? Like I know a girl that lost an officer position in a student organization last year because of some pictures that were, on her Facebook. And the question is, well, she shouldn't have posted those pictures, or the question is, well, she shouldn't have been doing those things in the first place, right?
My name's Trevor Thompson, and the best thing I liked about goals was Rhett Lawback.
My name's Emily Haywood, and the best thing I liked about goals was when I came here, I was just acquainted with everybody, and now I feel like I'm leaving here with some lifelong friends.
My name's Katie LeMasters, and the best thing I liked about goals was Fenway Park. I'm Kelsey Trent, and the best thing I liked about goals was the different sites we saw.
I'm Cody Coulter, and my favorite part was the leadership sessions.
I'm Jordan Simon, and my favorite thing about goals was all the leadership skills I learned.
Brandon McConaughey, and the thing I liked the most was Fenway Park.
I'm Tana. And I'm Shelby.
And the best thing we liked about goals
was everything.
I don't wanna go through the motions.